Hello friends, in this video we will see how to use SPARSH VP248 with Eternity. Let us see the requirements for the same. First, Eternity with VoIP card. Second, SIP extension license. Let us go through the configuration now. Consider a scenario where Ethernet port of Eternity and WAN port of VoIP card are configured with static IP addresses. SPARSH VP248 will send connection request to Ethernet port of Eternity and will be registered with the WAN port IP address of VoIP card. Let us move on to the configuration steps. We will complete the configuration in two steps. First, SPARSH VP248, that is client configuration, and second, Eternity, that is server configuration. Let us start with the first step of SPARSH VP248 configuration. As the first step, connect power adapter or Ethernet cable from a PoE switch to turn on SPARSH VP248. Note, only SPARSH VP248 SE or PE models support PoE. SPARSH VP248 works on two types of firmware. First, extended SIP. Select this option for using SPARSH VP248 with matrix range of products. Second, standard SIP. Select this option for using SPARSH VP248 with other IP PBXs. We will use extended SIP firmware. Press hash key at the time of loading for selecting firmware. Select extended SIP. Configure network parameters at the time of booting. Select connection type. There are three options available. First, static. Select this option when router provides fixed IP address to SPARSH VP248. In this case, program IP address, subnet mask, gateway address and DNS address on the phone. Second, DHCP. Select this option when DHCP server or router provides available IP address from the IP address pool. Third, PPPoE. Select this option when dial-up modem of ISP provides PPPoE connection. In this case, PPPoE user ID, PPPoE password and PPPoE service name, that is optional, is to be configured on SPARSH VP248. PPPoE server will allot IP address to SPARSH VP248 after receiving the dial-up request from the phone. We will select DHCP in this case. Configure server address. The server address is used to register SPARSH VP248. The server address in this scenario will be the IP address of CPU card of Eternity. Configure server port, that is SPARSH port of Eternity. save the configuration. Saving the configuration will reboot the phone. After reboot, SPARSH VP248 will show the message, "Request failed. Check config in server." This completes the configuration of SPARSH VP248. Let us move on to the second step of Eternity configuration. Log in to Eternity as System Engineer. Go to VoIP configuration. Followed by Device Management. Registration request from SPARSH VP248 will reflect on this page. Assign the SIP account of Eternity to SPARSH VP248. Program SIP ID, that is, the extension number, to be assigned to SPARSH VP248. Program authentication credentials to be used for authentication. Matrix Eternity supports call forking on SIP extensions, which allows you to register 3 devices on the same account. Select the desired location of SPARSH VP248 registration accordingly. Select the Registrar Server Address. Registrar Server Address is the address of the SIP server. Eternity provides this address to SPARSH VP248 for registration. There are 4 different options available for the Registrar Server Addresses depending on the network architecture. First, LAN port IP address. Select this option to register SPARSH VP248 on the LAN port of VoIP card of Eternity. Second, WAN port IP address. Select this option to register SPARSH VP248 on the WAN port of VoIP card of Eternity. Third, router or stunts IP address. Select this option when installation of Eternity is behind the router with a static private IP address configuration on Ethernet port and WAN port of VoIP card, and the router is having public IP address or dynamic DNS hostname. Note, in this scenario, the following ports must be forwarded to the static private IP addresses: SPARSH port to IP address of Ethernet port of CPU, SIP port to IP address of WAN port of VoIP card, SIP TLS port if SIP is used over TLS, to IP address of WAN port of VoIP card, SIP RTP port range, to IP address of WAN port of VoIP card. If router is configured with static public IP address, router's public IP address must be configured under VoIP port parameters. If router is configured with dynamic DNS hostname, simple traversal of UDP through NET that is stun, must be configured under VoIP port parameters. Fourth, dynamic DNS hostname. Select this option when WAN port of VoIP card is having dynamic DNS hostname configuration. As we are using SPARSH VP248 on the WAN port IP address of VoIP card, we will select Use WAN port IP address in Registrar Server Address field. Go to SIP extension General Parameters. Select the source port IP address. There are three options available. First, use VoIP Ethernet port IP address. Select this option when LAN or WAN port of VoIP card of Eternity and SPARSH VP248 are in the same network. Second, use IP address fetched using stun. Select this option when VoIP card of Eternity or router is configured with dynamic DNS account. Third, use router's public IP address. Select this option when installation of VoIP card of Eternity is behind the router and router is configured with static public IP address. We will select Use VoIP Ethernet port IP address option in this case, as SPARSH VP248 is registered on the WAN port of VoIP card of Eternity. With this, we finish the entire configuration. SPARSH VP248 will fetch the configuration from Eternity and will be registered. Thank you for watching this video. For further queries and support, contact Matrix Technical Support Team. For more videos, go to our YouTube channel Matrix ComSec.